my first time ever to Detroit, and what a better event to come to than the Woodward Dream Cruise. I mean, there are thousands of cars of every era, starting here, driving up 16 miles, looping back around, finish line right behind me. Standing underneath the crow's nest was the first stop sign that was manually operated. There's so much history, I need to find more. What better way to hear about some of the history of the Woodward Dream Cruise than talk to some of the people who were here the very first year it started? You guys have been here since the beginning, right?
The beginning of time. This all happened on a dream that Nelson House, a Ferndale plumber, had, and he presented it to the Ferndale City Council to have a fundraiser for a soccer field called the Field of Dreams. And he decided to have a car and truck show, and then after that go for a cruise down Woodward like we used to do when we were younger. It's just been an exciting thing. Back then, you know, when we were young guys cruising Woodward, we had cars that were 50 bucks. Now gas costs that, and it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
I was on the Ferndale Council. I was fortunate. I was on the Ferndale City Council when we approved the very first Dream Cruise. And we knew it was going to be a family thing. We knew it was going to grow and be huge. I don't think anybody ever dreamed that it was going to be as huge as it is. I mean, I've seen people as far as Australia here with their cars.
You want to tell us what it was like back in the day?
Well, I started cruising back in about 1966. I was a younger guy, but I ran around with older guys. And since I was a good wrench, they took me along to make sure they could get home. Cruising Woodward in the old days, most guys did it in a family car. With mom or dad's car, you'd go out and you'd cruise Woodward, try to pick up chicks, and then hang out with the guys if you got lucky. And that's really basically where it started. And then the gearheads started coming out with the bigger, the faster cars, and it came into actually a pretty heavy drag strip at one point where you'd see great races from anywhere from 10-mile to 19-mile roads.
Now, the difference between what it was like then and what it is now, how has the Woodward Dream Cruise kind of brought back those good old days?
Well, it's great in a lot of sense because you get to see more old cars than you ever dreamed of. I like to see it because there's a whole new generation of kids. I've even had my grandchildren that are 9 years old out cruising Woodward in my other car. I think it just brings the whole generation, a whole nother generation into it, and that's exciting for me because they like what I like.
And you have a plaque here. What's this all about?
Yes, I do. The very first year, they wanted to try to get all the cars out onto Woodward Avenue. So the other cities got involved, and you would buy the wooden plaque in your home city and travel to Berkeley, Birmingham, Ferndale, Huntington Woods, Pleasant Ridge, and Royal Oak.
So it's basically like a scavenger hunt. You had to go somewhere to be able to get one piece of the plaque and then the next piece.
Right, and they hoped to then get the cars out on Woodward so that the people would see them.
You can look up down Woodward, and you'll see children from 8 to 9 with their grandfathers, their fathers, grandmas are out here, the daughters. It is a family day.
For more behind-the-scenes action, stay tuned to Bosch 125.